Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my evening skincare routine. A few people asked me to do this on Instagram and on my YouTube channel, so I thought I'd just share it with you guys. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing that's really important is to make sure that you have clean skin. And I think this is, one of the most important steps actually, because if you're applying skincare to skin that hasn't been cleansed properly, leaving makeup and things like that on your skin is just going to give you a sort of dull complexion and obviously cause other issues like spots and things like that. So you definitely want to start out with a clean sort of base. So the cleanser that I'm using at the moment is this one here, and it's by Be Plain. And it's their Green Full pH Balanced Cleansing Foam. This is one that I recently was sent by Stylevana. It was gifted to me. I have really been enjoying this actually. It's quite nice. It foams up really nicely and makes my skin feel really soft after. It does have a few fragrant plant oils in here, or plant extract should I say, which I'm not entirely too convinced about because I tend to just use fragrance-free skincare and I feel like that suits my skin best. But I have been giving it a go and I think I probably will finish this. I probably wouldn't buy it again, but it is a really good option for those of you that don't have any sort of sensitivity. My usual go-to cleanser is this one here by Hadalabo, and it's their hydrating cleanser. I just love this so much. This is my absolute sort of ride or die cleanser. It foams up really nicely. It's not a foaming cleanser, but it's got a really sort of creamy consistency once you work it in between your hands with some water, and I just really feel like my skin looks like visibly refreshed and clean after I use this. It's not drying and it's not stripping at all, but I think it does contain hyaluronic acid as well, so it leaves that sort of hydration on your skin after you've cleansed, which is what I like. I don't really like to have, a feeling of sort of stripped skin. So yeah, really love this one. So the next step is an optional step, and it's to use a toner. I don't generally actually use toners, but I was sent this one by Stylevana, and it's the iUNIK Tea Tree Relief Toner, and I started using this last week, and I was actually surprised to see that when applying it to a cotton pad and sort of swiping it over the skin, that there was some residue that came off my skin, predominantly over the nose area and chin area, and that's really for me where I have the largest of pores. So yeah, I was quite impressed with it in the sense that it took off some of the oils and stuff that was still on my skin after cleansing. I have been using this for the last 2 weeks and have been really enjoying it because again, it's got a plant extract in there, which may be fragrant. I'm still a little bit iffy about whether it's going to stay within my permanent routine because I have really sort of reactive skin, and I have had a bit of a breakout on this area as well recently, so I'm not sure whether it's down to this or not, but I'm going to give it a go for a few more weeks and see what I think. But I would say that this is optional, but if you do find that you have quite greasy skin and large pores in this area, a toner may be beneficial for you to get rid of the remaining oils and things that are still on your skin after you've cleansed. Okay, so now on to the skincare, the fun stuff. So the first thing that I always do without fail is make sure my face is damp. Obviously you can just do this by splashing your face with water. I like to have a little spray bottle and I just fill this with filtered water. I just find this more convenient for me, and obviously with the fact that it's filtered water as well. So the reason that I do this is because after this step I apply a hyaluronic acid product. And hyaluronic acid basically attracts moisture from the environment and pulls it onto your skin. What happens is when there's no moisture in the air, the hyaluronic acid just pulls the moisture out of your skin, so it can actually have the opposite effect of what you want it to do. The process of moisture leaving your skin is called transepidermal water loss, and it is something that happens to all of our skin throughout the day and throughout the evening. So the purpose of applying it to damp skin basically is to allow that product to hold the moisture onto the skin. So if you're applying hyaluronic acid to a dry face, don't do it. Make sure you dampen your face first. So onto damp skin, I apply this product here, which is the Hadalabo Gokujyun Super Hyaluronic Acid Hydrating Milky Emulsion. So there's 3 forms of hyaluronic acid in here. It also contains squalane. It's fragrance-free, alcohol-free, and mineral oil-free as well, which is really great. But this is such an amazing product. This is one of my absolute favorite products, again from Hadalabo, because I just think that their brand is amazing. But this really packs a punch in terms of hydration, and I really genuinely feel a difference using this the next day. I just feel that my skin feels so hydrated and sort of plump. The consistency of it is really, really nice. It's kind of like, I'll just show you guys. It's kind of like a light moisturizer, but it's actually lighter than that. So you can just sort of rub it into your skin and it just sort of absorbs really nicely. And it's so light as well, which means that when you are layering skincare, it's just such a joy to use. It doesn't feel like you've got loads of heavy sort of things on your face, which is what I really love about this. So this is the, sort of first step essentially in my skincare routine. So the next step is a serum, and this is the one that I've been using for the last couple of months, and it's the PURITO Centella Unscented Serum. So this is an essential oil-free serum. It's got Centella asiatica in there as well, which is supposed to be an antioxidant. It's also really great for sensitive skin types because it's said to sort of calm the skin, reduce redness in the skin as well. It also contains niacinamide, which is really, really great for blemish-prone skin. Niacinamide has so many different benefits. It can really help with congestion in the skin as well. It's said to help minimize large pores and help with wrinkles and fine lines, and it's also thought to help with the dullness in the skin. So yeah, I really, really love this serum, and it's really great for the skin barrier, which I've talked about before. It's really, really important to maintain a strong skincare barrier because it's going to be able to tolerate other skincare products. If your barrier is compromised, you're going to find that you have a lot of redness, it stings when you apply skincare products, and you just can't tolerate other skincare very well. So this is really one that I've been loving, and as I say, I've been using it for a few months and you can see that I've not really used that much of it, so it does last a long time. So it's generally at this stage that I'd use a treatment on my skin, and that depends on how my skin is feeling and looking at the time. So if I've got a lot of spots, a breakout and things like that, I usually spot treat it by using this here, which is the Boot Salicylic Acid treatment. It's a serum, sorry. Salicylic acid is a BHA, which is a beta hydroxy acid, and what it does is it basically penetrates inside the pore and helps clean out all of the oil and stuff that's sort of sat in there, which is why it's really, really great for a spot treatment. You can, I think, apply this to your entire face, but I find that it works really, really great for spot treatment, and that's really all I need it for. And I usually just dot this onto the areas where I feel like I'm getting a spot or a spot's already there, and I just feel like it really helps calm it, and it's really great. It's fragrance free, and it's been really working well for me. Sometimes I will apply it over the nose area and around the chin because obviously I have bigger pores in that section, so sometimes it can help maintain that clarity. But yeah, generally I just use it as a spot treatment. Alternatively, I'll just go in with my AHA, which is this one here. It's the lactic acid 5% from The Ordinary. This is one of my favorite products as well. This does a really, really great job of exfoliating the skin, and it just makes my skin look really beautiful. And lactic acid also helps draw moisture to the skin as well. So sometimes when using this the next day, I can really feel like my skin feels, super hydrated. I really like using a lactic acid treatment at least once a week. I feel like it just keeps on top of the dead skin and keep my skin looking sort of fresh. And this is really great for sensitive skin types because it is only 5%. You can get a 10% version as well, but this one has been working really well for me. And I find that using this in this part of my routine is really beneficial. If I just go straight in with this, I can find that I feel like my skin gets quite irritated, and that is because I do have sensitive skin. So, if you don't have sensitive skin, then, you might be able to just go straight in with this. But for me, I don't feel like I can do that. If I do feel like my skin's specifically irritated at a certain point, I probably won't use this. And then I apply a moisturizer over the top of everything just to lock everything in and keep that hydration packed onto my skin. The one that I've been using recently is this here. It's the Hadalabo Lift Gel. And this has the strangest consistency. I can't even sort of explain. I have to just show you guys. It is the weirdest consistency. It's like a weird sort of like a jelly kind of cream. It's just bizarre. I don't think you can even really tell. It's kind of like got a sort of, you know, it's sort of held, the consistency is sort of stuck together, and then when you spread it about, it just turns into like this smooth sort of gel cream essentially. It contains 4 different types of hyaluronic acid and 3 types of skin firming ingredients, or so it says. When I was looking at the ingredient list, I couldn't really see many things within there which would make your skin firmer. I know that it contains ginseng root extract, which can be anti-inflammatory and reduce sort of redness in the skin, which is great. Aside from that, I couldn't really see too many sort of anti-aging ingredients, but I just really love it. I think it's a really wonderful moisturizer. The last step for me is this here, which is the retinol 0.2% in squalene by The Ordinary. So retinol is a really, really great anti-aging ingredient. It helps reduce fine lines and wrinkles, and it does that by speeding up the process of the cells sort of turning over and increasing the amount of collagen that you have in your skin. I definitely think it's a good ingredient to have in your skincare routine, especially if your skin can tolerate it. Mine's quite sensitive, so at the moment I've just been adding it into the last step of my routine a couple of times a week just to see how my skin tolerates it. That's the reason why I add it in at the end, just because I know that the rest of the products are going to sort of act as a buffer between this and my skin. I think if I applied this straight to my skin, I'd probably find that I get quite a lot of irritation, and I'm just not ready to sort of wake up to red irritated skin, so I'm just treading gently with this one at the moment. So if I'm not using the retinol, sometimes I'll go in with this on top of everything, and it's my Cerave moisturizing cream. I absolutely love this. You may have seen my videos on it previously, but it is a really good occlusive moisturizer. It contains petrolatum as well, which is really gonna just hold all of that moisture on the skin. It's like the final step in keeping everything on your skin and stopping it from sort of evaporating off throughout the night. And when my skin is feeling dry, I definitely use this as a last step because I just feel like it makes all of the difference. I have been known to actually just use this on its own in the evening because I just think it's a really great moisturizer. And as I mentioned before, it's really, really great for supporting the skin barrier. It contains ceramides, which really help with strengthening the skin barrier. And it also contains sodium hyaluronate as well, which is another form of hyaluronic acid. So this is definitely a really great product. And the last thing I apply is a lip treatment, and this is the one that I use. It's a Lucas Pawpaw ointment, and you can actually use this on all sorts of things, like, you know, if you've got a rash, if you've got bites or things like that. But I just really love using it on my lips. I find that it really helps keep them hydrated. I got this from New Zealand, but I think you can get this online. I'll try and find a link for you guys. But yeah, I really, really love this. I'm just going to show you guys how I actually apply my skincare. It may seem like there's quite a few steps in there, but it actually takes me not very long at all, a couple of minutes max, just to get all of that on there. So thank you guys for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your comments down below and any questions that you might have. I'll also link some of those products down below for you as well if you want to go check those out. And I'll also leave some discount codes for you if you want to buy those products from Stylevana or YesStyle. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one.